All right, Matt, we are back
Hey
for
man,
another episode of Muscle Discord, and we're going to jump right into this one. This is the Fouad and Justin SHIER, not SHIER, it's SHIER for people out there.
the Fouad
Uh,
fiasco.
yes, what's happening with these two? There's rumors going around that Justin went up to Fouad at the recent Toronto Pro show to shake his hand, and then Fouad said, "I want nothing to do with you."
Yeah, yeah, left him hanging there apparently.
Yeah.
Mm,
So that's I mean that's worthy of talking about and discussing in
yeah,
the community. That's what Muscle Discord is all about. It's a
we left it a
discussion
little bit.
amongst the
Um,
community.
you're seeing if something would come out
Yeah,
about it.
exactly.
Fouad
We
hasn't.
wait. No,
Fouad still hasn't addressed it.
hasn't responded.
Um, so we thought we'd make a video.
Yeah.
So enough time's passed. So
Yes. And leave us your thoughts, your comments on this. You know, Fuad has been known to be kind of, how do you say it? How should I
well,
phrase this?
a little unprofessional maybe at
Yes, there
times.
you go. Okay.
For the business, the
Yes.
industry, maybe how he conducts himself, or maybe how he restricts and
Yeah.
tries to limit the reach
His
of his athletes
athletes.
onto opposing. It's funny because he seems to oppose athletes going to other brands, which are competitors, whatever.
Yeah.
Everybody's a competitor in our industry, so we should just kind of all get along because we're all in the same niche. But anyways, but he also limits it to going on competing YouTube channels or podcasts, as it
Yeah.
seems to be the way with desktop
Yes, with
bodybuilding.
desktop bodybuilding
Because of course Fuad has a big
team
channel
of,
as well,
yeah, he has a big
right?
channel, has a
So
big roster of athletes that, shouldn't just only be sanctioned to go on his show. Like, let him go on other shows.
and promote his
Promote the
products to
brand.
other people. That's
So
pretty
yeah,
simple.
desktop bodybuilding is a great channel. Make sure to check them out. And let your athletes go on there. Like, what?
They're
It's
only
just
going to
weird.
promote you for what? They're only
Yeah.
going to promote you. They're not
Yeah.
going to go on there and promote another company.
No.
It's going to get the word out. And I would say, honestly, don't think that your whatever subscriber count is. Don't think that
Oh,
if it's a smaller channel, it's going to be all the same eyeballs and they can't do anything for me. No, no,
yeah.
no, no.
Yeah.
There's going to be a good portion of people that watch desktop bodybuilding or other channels that don't watch a 2 hour Fouad,
Yeah.
expose type of thing.
Yeah.
It's not their style. It's going to reach a new audience and new eyeballs. And then never mind if they're new eyeballs, Matt. What sells, right? Repetition. You repeatedly see this
Mhm.
company on your feed, that helps sell your product.
Yeah.
So for what, it's not a bad thing that he's going on other channels. If that is the case, and if that type of stuff is written into the contract, as the rumors say they are, or is it
Oh,
just frowned upon? So he doesn't put it in the contract, so he can't get in trouble. But does he frown upon it, type thing, right?
yeah. I just think he doesn't want them on this other show. I just think that's what
I
it
know,
is.
but it just doesn't make sense to me, Matt.
Yeah.
It
Yeah.
doesn't make sense to
And
me.
so break it down here. So Justin was set to renew his contract with
Yep.
Hostile Nutrition 3 months prior to his contract expiring. He didn't renew, and he went on to HD Muscle, which is another Canadian company, and maybe a competitor, but every other supplement company is a competitor to you, Fuad. So whatever. I mean, that's just the name of the game. So I just feel like Fuad is probably a little bitter and didn't want to shake a guy that he said he was friends with and that he was very close with and
Yep.
had a good relationship with, and then to not shake that man's hand
Yeah.
is
Yeah. Yeah.
disrespectful and unprofessional. And you're a business owner, you own a supplement company, you have a big podcast, so
And
it's just
that's going to be seen. And you know
yeah,
what, even if you are bitter about it and sour grapes and a little upset or feel betrayed even, right?
yeah,
Which could be all reasonable ways to
yeah,
feel, but the businessman in you should say, I need to have this outward appearance. And you know what, I'm going to take the high road and I'm going to shake his hand because this is how we do business. And this is
like, are you really that bitter for
Yeah.
what? Are you that like you can't shake the man's hand?
Or insecure, Matt. I mean,
insecure, or
it's a little insecurity, maybe
just immature. I don't know. Like, there's a lot of words, but it's just like, we're not trying to, just trying to assess this situation. Like, how two grown
and
men, you
why
can't
is
shake his
it?
hand?
Yeah. Like,
Yeah.
why
Now,
is it?
was there something in between when they parted ways and to now, or to Toronto Pro incident that happened that we don't know about? Maybe, sure. Maybe something happened. Maybe Justin was talking some shit or did something we don't know. But regardless, when you're in public, just conduct yourself professionally
Properly.
and avoid these situations. For what?
Yeah, 100%.
And then when these comments or these rumors do come out and address them.
You can squash them.
Just squash it.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So it's interesting to see. I got a little video queued up here. I like to kind of just.
We'll kind of hammer home the point that he was all about this professionalism.
Yes.
Once Justin left, and then now a few months down the road, screw the professionalism. And now I'm going to take it personally.
So Justin has become very popular through the podcast and through his own YouTube channel, and people love Justin, and I love Justin. Justin has become one of my very good friends. We've shared some serious moments together, from the passing of his mother to the passing of my mother, to riding motorcycles together. You guys have seen the videos, to a lot of podcasts together with a lot of laughs. And I've tried my hardest to keep Justin on board. I've offered him, whatever he kind of wants, but he feels he wants a change of direction, to maybe do something a little different, to maybe have a different experience. He said in his opinion, he doesn't have a very long time in bodybuilding, since he's already older, and he kind of wants to try something new. And I think that's okay. I mean, is it my preference for him to stay? It's 100% my preference for him to stay, but I can't make people do what they don't want to do. I tried my hardest to keep him with the team, but he's kind of made it clear that he feels that he wants to try some new things and try out other avenues. So, being a friend, I didn't want to hold him to his contract. I want him to go and do whatever he wants and make himself happy, and hope to remain friends with Justin. This isn't like
after the Toronto Pro, that doesn't seem like that's happening. So
no, and it seems like this is not genuine.
No, he's struggling to get those words out.
Yeah. And you know what? He can feel how he wants to feel, type of thing, but I think you should still conduct yourself with a certain level of decorum, type of thing. And so even if you don't believe the words that you're saying, you need to outwardly show that, because it's part of being professional and doing business.
Okay, so it seems like a pattern with Fouad, because he did this with when Ian won the Toronto Pro, and then there's lots of people commenting on that, saying no, Hassan should have won, and then Fouad went online and said everyone that thinks Hassan won is just salty and bitter, and like he just using language like that. Not salty that we think Hassan beat.
That's a legitimate.
Just because you're best friends with Ian, you gotta be professional. Fouad. Sometimes he lets it slip, and he loses that professionalism, and then it's just like this is who he is. But
walk the middle, walk the middle
ground.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So it's been known for him to kind of be like this and conduct himself this way, and it's just interesting to see. And it's sad because these are athletes. They're trying to just do their best. He wants to go somewhere else. Let him go. Don't not shake the man's hand. He didn't.
Also, I don't think he tries to sign people to 4 and 5 year contracts.
Yeah,
Matt, that's unheard of.
That's crazy.
That's unheard of in our industry. It's like a year, and then at the end of the year,
subject to renewal.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And that's good for the brand, and it's good for the athlete, type of thing, because he could be like, oh no, I'm worth more.
Yeah.
And then he's gonna go somewhere else. Or the brand is like, oh, he didn't pan out like we thought he would. Okay, good thing, we're not going to renew.
Yeah.
So it's in there to protect both parties. So 5 years, that might scare a lot of athletes off, because 5 years at this rate,
exactly.
10,000 a month.
What if I win the Olympia? Maybe there's
a month.
Yeah.
he's got me in for 5 years at 6,000 a month type of
Yeah.
thing. And what if I win the Olympia? Well, I might get a $2,000 increase. It says so right here.
In the contract.
This company right over here, this brand might pay me 15,000 a month. So no, the 5-year contracts might scare people, but Fouad wants to lock people in. So he can kind of hoard everybody.
Yeah.
And it's all mine, precious.
Yeah. I'm used to the 2-year deals. The 2-year deals. When I was in Mutant,
and even 2 is
years.
long, but it's not unheard of.
No.
But yeah, like personally, I wouldn't lock anybody in for more than a
I
year.
wouldn't want to do that. I would be like, the guy what breaks his leg or does some crazy shit.
As a brand, you're screwed.
Yeah.
Like Fouad doesn't even think about that though, right? I mean, what if somebody doesn't pan out, whoever it might be?
Yeah.
What if they
I'm sure there's clauses in there they can get them out, but it's just like a lot of pressure to sign a 5-year deal. Yeah.
Hanging over, right?
And
so it's like 1 year, buddy. Just and then we'll see what it's like, a year from now.
Yeah.
So I think that gets people kind of jumping ship, man.
Well, yeah. I mean, it also says something about Hostile Nutrition or Fouad and how he's maybe running his business in a sense, because for a guy to walk away from a 5-year contract with a big company like Hostile,
which is stability, you can count on a certain number of page, this pay every month type of thing.
Yeah.
So that's really good stuff.
And what differently did Justin really want to do? Like what else is there to do? You're just going to work out, you're going to film yourself training, and you're going to compete. Like,
and then it's going to be with a different company. So I mean, it's the same thing, just a different.
So when he was saying that, I was like, what are you talking? What differently does he want to do? Let's be honest.
So now, I mean, you're kind of going to the direction of, is there another reason why he left, right? And
there's probably 100% reason.
There's a personal reason, right? And maybe it has to do with, is there a certain level of control that Fouad likes to display over, rightfully so, his business, but as an extension, his athletes. Yeah. But that could, in my estimation, that could be one of the reasons, right? And not a lot of people are going to kind of hang around for that type of thing. It might work for a little while, but you're like, I'm not digging this, right?
Yeah, he's an athlete himself, so he knows he was sponsored by Muscle Tech. He's been through the game, so you should know how to treat athletes.
We had them all.
Yes,
we had them all.
Yeah, so so he's been through it. So it's just weird when athletes just don't renew contracts.
Yeah,
if
there's usually something
successful brand.
Yeah,
right.
Yeah. It's not like it's not a successful brand.
No.
So
it's a good.
They're on an up.
Yeah, they got Samson, so it's like now Samson's in this, and like, did I don't know what the contract with Samson was. Was it a 5-year deal? I hope not, Samson. I hope he didn't sign a 5-year deal with Samson. You could be Mr. Olympia this year. Is he going to pay him?
Say that there better be a bump up clause in that contract. If you win you get an extra.
And there always is. There's always the bonuses in this contract, but it's just like, wow, So it'll be interesting to see what happens. What comes out next with Fouad and Justin, if there's some explanation.
If anything comes out.
Yeah, maybe Justin,
or it could just fizzle out, but we'll keep an eye out.
Yeah, keep an eye out, and again, let us know your thoughts. Is Fouad, in the wrong here, or should we wait and see what happens and wait for an explanation? But leave us your thoughts, leave us your comments, and do you agree that this is kind of like a trend with Fouad, saying things off the cuff and not acting professional? Right. I notice it. I've seen it. It's the talk in the industry. That's kind of how he is. So it continues to happen. So it's unfortunate, but Muscle Discord, we're going to discuss it. This is what we do. We love to have these discussions and open it up and keep it real with you guys. So
keep doing it.
All right. Well, okay. We'll wrap it up here, Matt, and we'll catch you guys on the next one. All right.
See you in the next one.
Peace.
Bye.